Peace. Rock and roll. Hey, this is Magic Brad with the Synergy Collaborative, the Synergy Lifestyle Academy, Synergy Event Marketing, Synergy Summits, Synergy. Magic. How are you? So I'm going to drive and talk to you while I head over to my appointment, and that's the story, Morning Glory. I've said that before. So there's some things I wanted to chat about here on this Tuesday here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. A lot of it is event related because that's the industry that I'm familiar with. But there's some other things that sometimes just are general that still affect the event industry, but it affects everybody that's any kind of business, or even if you're just trying to make friends on social media. It's a challenge. Hey Richard, how are you? I can't look at the screen. I'm sorry, I got distracted. I shouldn't do that. Anyways, where was I? Social media, isn't that social? Because for some reason people just don't interact the same online as they do in real life. And I can give you a part of the reason is social media is not real time. Even though this is a Facebook Live, it still goes ping-pongs back and forth. Like if I wasn't driving right now, I could answer Richard's question, but it would be back and forth and back and forth. And there's really no overlap of conversation, and you can't really see the emotions on a person's face or hear the cadence in their voice when they're typing things. So social media, it's just really not that engaging. You see a lot of one-word responses to sometimes long questions. Like an example on LinkedIn, they have the ability to congratulate people when they make a change in their careers or whatever, or if they're having a birthday. You see a lot of that. And the response you get is usually just like, thanks. I did one, this is on LinkedIn, and I said, thanks for connecting here on LinkedIn. I hope we get to meet sometime at a live event someday soon. And the response was, absolutely. So, I don't know, that's kind of just short. But I guess it's kind of like that in real life too. Anyways, that's part of my little rant. Not really a rant, just an observation. Sorry. The other thing that I wanted to bring up was so that's the social media aspect of things. The other thing I want to bring up is if anybody's using a marketing agency or a digital advertising agency, does that agency actually know your industry, or are you just hiring them because they seem to be able to get a lot of clicks and views? Because you have to keep in mind, if your business, especially if it's in the event industry, the event stuff is probably primarily local in your city, state, or region. So it doesn't do much good to get likes and follows from someone that's from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, or Singapore, or Dallas, Texas. If you know what I mean, unless you are willing to do some business outside. But so what I'm getting at is when these digital agencies show you their statistics and the analytics of the results that they got for you, how much of it is, genuine that you could actually possibly really use? How much of it is actually local kind of traffic? Because if it's not, you're still paying for it, I'm assuming. So you have to take a look at that when you're working with your social media gurus and all that kind of stuff. Because there's a lot of people out there that can get follows, the influencers and all that stuff. And but are these this recognition that they're getting, is it actually in your industry, or is it just people that happen to like your cute puppy, or you know what I mean? So that's one of the things that I think is really important when you do your advertising and your ads on Facebook and stuff. When you do these ads on Facebook, are you really targeting the right people, or are you getting all these video views just because people are just scrolling past your ad? Because that counts. When someone's going past, that would classify as a view. Now, you can get into the 3-second views where they actually took some time to see what is this, what's going on here. Oh, and then they just pass it up. That still counts, even if they're not genuinely interested in what you're advertising. So you need to get specific about all that kind of stuff. So when you get into another topic I want to talk about is associations. Like there's a lot of event industry associations. I used to be a member of a lot of them. There was the Midwest Society of Association Executives, Meeting Professionals International, the National Association of Catering Executives, the International Live Events Association, used to be the Society of, well, I won't even get into that because they changed their name for reasons. There's the Hospitality Sales and Marketing Association. There's the Convention and Visitors Bureau, Meet Minneapolis, Visit St. Paul. There's all these associations that a person can become a member of, but you have to take into consideration that these associations, they have these people in there, and you have to take time to go and introduce yourself to those people and get to know them. You can't just all of a sudden just jump in. You have to develop a relationship with them, and it takes time. You can join for a year, and you can try to go out every single month. They have their events, but they're expensive. They can be $50, $60, $100 to go to these networking events. And it takes time to break through to the right people to establish that relationship. And these days with social media, sometimes it's actually easier just to seek them out and then have coffee with them and develop that relationship one-on-one rather than trying to go to this association. Oftentimes they have educational forums and things like that in these associations, which can be good. But these days, there's a lot you can learn just on the internet. Some of it good, bad, and ugly, but some of it's good stuff. You don't necessarily have to have those accreditations for being in your association and such. That stuff is good if that's your thing. That's what you want to learn. But my point being is sometimes it can take 2 to 5 years to actually get in there and develop a relationship and become known. You might have to get on the board and be a part of the membership task force. You might have to be the president or the vice president for a year and really put in your time. Now, if you are employed by someone else, it ain't that bad because it's their money that's paying for it, and then you can actually take time off work and go to the meetings, and it's probably refreshing to do that kind of thing. But if you're a owner-operator, self-employed person, that can be a bit of a challenge. It can be very expensive to get to join these organizations, but you can find all these things just on the internet. Just type in event planner associations, and you'll find MPI and HSMAI and all these different associations that everything from wedding planning to corporate meetings to special events to specific to fairs and festivals, specific to county fairs. You can find that are specific to conventions and trade shows. You can find them that are specific to trade show convention centers. The centers that actually put on or offer the venues, they have associations specifically for just the people that have the associations for you to rent. So, anyways, I've ranted on enough. I'm going to turn this one off, and then I'm going to head over to my little co-working office centers. It's Lori Spees has been putting on office centers for a long time, way before it became trendy with co-working sites. She's been around since the early 80s. So, there you go, Kokomo. Peace, love, and happiness. This is Magic Brad signing off. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be well. Bye.